Right now at 6, preserving history and eyeing the future in the same meeting. An important lacrosse committee faces two controversial decisions tonight. And a lawsuit to bring back an old voting system to Wisconsin. Why a nonpartisan group says it's needed now.
Watching WKBT Lacrosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Emily is off tonight. Bubblers and cannabis are on the agenda tonight for an important lacrosse committee. News 8 Now's Jadius McGee joins us live with the controversial items on the table at tonight's meeting. Jadius.
Yeah, Ken, the La Crosse City Council has taken up two proposals that may affect the future of both health safety and public health. One ordinance would ban the sale of hemp-based THC products to anyone under 21. Stores would need to check IDs and stay at least 1,000 feet away from schools, parks, and hospitals. There's also a possible amendment to reduce that boundary to 500 feet. Another pair of resolutions deal with the city's aging drinking fountains. One would install new ADA-compliant bubblers across town. The other would delay removing old ones to explore ways to preserve them. The Common Council will likely reach a final decision for the committee August 14th. Reporting in La Crosse, Jadius McGee, News 8 Now.
Jadius, thank you. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers is visiting La Crosse and Eau Claire healthcare providers today. The governor highlighting investments and grants for free and charitable clinics that are coming out of the new state budget. The budget overall invests more than $1 billion to support healthcare access.
We worked real hard, as you know, during the budget to get it done in time so that we could bring in money for our health, for our hospitals in the state. But there's a lot more to do in the state of Wisconsin.
The new budget includes $1.5 million in new funding over the next 2 years for free and charitable clinics. Aspirus Health will break ground on their new hospital and clinic in Chippewa Falls next week. The health system announced the plans of the 35,000 square foot facility in November. Services will include primary and inpatient care, emergency services, and lab imaging. And they still hope to open in fall of 2026. A nonpartisan group from La Crosse wants to change the way elections work in Wisconsin. News 8 Now's Grace Monk has more on the push to bring back fusion voting. Grace.
A lawsuit to bring back fusion voting to Wisconsin is moving through the court system. In the meantime, a group known as Leader Ethics is campaigning for the cause. Fusion voting allows candidates to be listed on the ballot under multiple parties. This means that votes from all parties supporting that candidate are combined to help them win. Fusion voting was legal in Wisconsin until the early 20th century. In April, a lawsuit was filed against the Wisconsin Elections Commission to bring it back to the Badger State.
They can be supported by one of the two major Democratic or Republican parties, or they could be nominated by a third party. What this does is it helps third-party issues to become viewed as more potentially possible.
Rash is a plaintiff on the lawsuit and executive director of Leader Ethics, a group that promotes transparency and unison among elected officials. He says fusion voting would allow ballots to reflect Wisconsin as a purple state.
We think this is going to be a way to try to bring the two parties closer together so that we recognize that there's a moderate population in our state, that they're looking for solutions and not looking to point fingers.
The lawsuit is currently making its way through the court system. In the meantime, Leader Ethics is making plans to campaign across the state.
We know that there's a number of steps in the process, but the first thing you got to do is broaden the general awareness.
Tomorrow, a forum will be held at the Black River Beach Neighborhood Center. That starts at 12:30 p.m. Reporting in the newsroom, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Grace, thanks very much. In the meantime, a pretty mild summer day for early August. Felt very comfortable outside, and you couldn't really, I couldn't notice any wildfire smoke.
Yes, it was finally out of the area after what felt like almost a week that we were dealing with that, so I'm sure everybody was happy to see that. And it was fairly mild out there as far as August goes, but we're going to continue to see those temperatures warm up now as we go throughout the rest of the week. Here's a look at our current air quality index. Again, a lot of that more unhealthy air quality has moved off into east eastern Wisconsin now, and we're left in that yellow. All the air quality alerts since have moved out of the area, and we are in the clear for the first time in what seems like forever. So hopefully we can keep it that way. Current conditions right now, 83, a couple clouds out there in La Crosse. Overall, mostly sunny though, still a little bit breezy as well. We're seeing winds mainly out of the south blowing close to 10 miles an hour today. Saw some gusts closer to 15, so that will be a trend as we go throughout the rest of the week as well. We'll start to see some of these winds becoming a little bit of a factor after the calm stretch of weather that we've been having. Those winds will die off though as we go into these evening hours. You'll eventually get that back down into the upper 70s in La Crosse, so a very nice and quiet evening ahead of us. And Eau Claire also getting back down into the low 70s after that sun sets in a couple of hours. Some clouds out there, but overall it's a fairly quiet evening. We'll have another quiet day tomorrow, but once we get towards the end of the week, that's when the heat and humidity start to come back in. So I'll have the details in a little bit.
All right. Thanks, Nicole. Well, it's not guilty pleas for the man accused of possessing child sexual abuse materials. Jonathan Statz, a registered sex offender, faces 10 counts of child porn possession and failure to maintain sex offender registry. The court found probable cause to bind him for trial. He remains in custody on a $100,000 cash bond. Across the country, neighborhoods are celebrating National Night Out, a night focused on building partnerships between police officers and the communities they serve. News 8 Now's Allison Ferget joins us live tonight at one La Crosse celebration. Allison.
We are at American Legion Post 52 here in La Crosse, where festivities continue. As you can see, we've got tons of kids games over there. There were water balloons earlier. There's a bounce house behind me, as well as live music and tons of great food. Right now, I'm joined with the chairperson of the Washburn Neighborhood Association, Chris Woodard. Chris did a lot of the organizing for this year's event. So Chris, can you talk about why it is so important to build those connections between first responders and our neighborhoods here in La Crosse?
Yeah, definitely. Number one, camaraderie, meet your neighbors, and then also put a name or put a face to the name of, the people that respond to emergencies other than when you're in an emergency situation. Meeting them in a more personal, kind of place, and you can joke with them maybe, and the other times you can't. And then also, connected neighbors make safer neighborhoods. I believe in that fully. It's really great to see everybody out here, see the band, hear the music, eat the good food, and really have a fun time.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's great turnout so far tonight, and you have the perfect weather for it too. Very lucky. So overall, what is your favorite part of the night then?
Well, I'm kind of an ice cream kind of guy. Really big fan of the ice cream from Radisson's. Can't complain about it. We have Blue Moon, chocolate, and vanilla, and root beer floats as well, so that's a pretty good part.
Oh, definitely. And so if anyone who still wants to come out tonight, how long does this go and what can they expect for the rest of the evening?
Yeah, we're here till 7 p.m. The music will be here till 7 p.m. The bounce house and everything else will be here till 7 p.m.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Chris. Really do appreciate it. And you heard him here till 7, so definitely come out. You still have time to meet your local officers, meet your neighbors, and get to connect with the community. Reporting in La Crosse, Allison Ferget, News 8 Now.
Allison, thank you. Students at Winona State are learning to build the future of cars. The university hosted a composites technology boot camp this morning, teaching hands-on skills for the automotive industry. Participants learned techniques like vacuum resin infusion and 3D mold making. The program partners with industry experts to train students for real manufacturing jobs.
One of these parts on this car is made with a different processing method. And so in the span of a week, participants are able to come in and make a bunch of parts with different processing and get hands-on experience.
Participants also enjoyed free food and lodging nearby for a full on-campus feel. And WSU is also expecting an enrollment bump this year. The university is seeing around an 11% increase in freshman enrollment compared to last year and a more than 3% uptick in overall undergrad enrollment. Winona State University President Kenneth Jans attributes the growth to former student success.
We were number one ranked among the Minnesota State colleges and universities in terms of student success. And so we have good data to talk about that. We had a 97% job placement rating.
Jans added that Minnesota's North Star Promise Scholarship is also helping increase that enrollment. The scholarship covers the cost of tuition for students whose annual family income is less than $80,000. Golfers teed off today for a great cause at Fox Hollow Golf Course. The 39th annual Miracle Open benefits Children's Miracle Network hospitals at Amplify Health in La Crosse. The tournament raised money to help families, support pediatric programs, and buy specialty equipment for sick kids.
Children's Miracle Network has been a huge benefit for us. They've helped relieve a lot of the financial responsibilities with all of the costs of her medical equipment and medications. They've been, I know they've been a huge help to other families in the area with other children that have medical needs as well. And we're just here to help raise additional funds for all the future families that need assistance as well.
The Seven Rivers Region Credit Unions hosted the four-person scramble. Still to come, the intense ongoing manhunt for a Montana murder suspect as investigators enter their 5th day of pursuing leads. And new information on the OceanGate implosion from 2023. Those details after the break.
I'm Mike Rowe, and this is the most honest commercial you're going to see all week.
Today, we're waterproofing a basement.
How long do you think this problem has been a problem?
Well, actually, the homeowner told us that she's lived here for 42 years, and when they first moved in, they had water issues.
Yeah.
That is like your telltale sign of like, hey, I'm having an issue, and that's when people should call.
Get a free and honest inspection with Innovative Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
Every great performance starts with a great night's sleep. Thanks to new Natrol Sleep and Restore, which helps me be this me. Every great night's sleep starts with Natrol.
New Natrol Sleep and Restore for your ultimate restorative sleep.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily, Jardiance, at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
The Montana manhunt for a veteran suspected of killing 4 people at a bar is widening. The search for Michael Brown is now on its 5th day. Investigators are expanding their search as well as offering a $10,000 reward to anyone who has information.
We've gone everywhere from a focused perimeter based on evidence that we're seeing in the area to a much larger area that is protective of the residents up there.
Authorities say the suspect fled the crime scene in a white pickup, which they say he later abandoned. Law enforcement says he stole a different vehicle with camping gear, shoes, and clothes in it. A long-awaited report on the Titan submersible disaster says the tragedy was preventable. In the report, investigators said OceanGate CEO Stockton Rush ignored safety warnings, design flaws, and crucial oversight. Rush was among the 5 people killed when the vessel imploded in June of 2023 on its way to the Titanic wreckage.
The preventable nature of this was OceanGate could have done maintenance and some monitoring of the danger signals, of the warning signs that the hull was giving off.
OceanGate suspended operations the month after the disaster, which prompted calls for stricter regulations in private deep-sea tourism. We will have more news ahead, but first.
We have a day or two left of these mild August conditions, but after that, the summer heat and humidity is going to be rolling back in. I'll have all the details on how long we're expecting it to last coming up right after the break.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Enjoy Monday's 3-2-1 special. $3 off pizza, $2 off pasta, and $1 off our mouth-watering burgers. Plus $6 house margaritas. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Right now, US Cellular makes it easy to switch and get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
No trade-in? But we're willing to trade in our teeth.
Nope, you don't have to trade your teeth in or an old phone.
I like that.
Yeah, your parents get an amazing deal.
I almost lost this one.
Yeah, you get to leave your tooth under your pillow.
For me, it's tooth fairy time.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Isn't it time you turn your backyard into the oasis you've always wanted? Come to La Crosse Fireplace Company and find your outdoor setup. Imagine gathering with family and friends around your wood-fired pizza oven. Sit back and relax around your new fire table. Available in different sizes and styles to fit your lifestyle and budget. Stop in this month and receive 15% off all in-stock outdoor products. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is outside by the fire.
The history of Pleasing is a history of taste. After World War II, my grandfather, Frank Italiano, spent time in China and acquired a gourmet taste which became his passion. He developed a seasoning and shared it with his friends. In 1952, Pleasing was created. That first seasoning has grown to 40 different blends. This history of taste continues with both the second and the third generations as we explore people's changing tastes. Stop by the Pleasing Outlet store on Ward Avenue and taste the history.
News 8, the Salvation Army and the YMCA are helping the community go back to school with Stuff the Bus. Stop by the La Crosse or Onalaska Walmarts on August 8th and fill the bus with school supplies. Donate new supplies or cash, and we'll put them in the backpacks for the students in our community who need it most. We'll see you at Walmart on August 8th to help us stuff the bus. Brought to you by these great community partners and proudly sponsored by Cooley Bank.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Enjoy Monday's 3-2-1 special. $3 off pizza, $2 off pasta, and $1 off our mouth-watering burgers. Plus $6 house margaritas. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Well, now that smoke has moved out, we can finally enjoy the weather outside, and we still do have at least one more day where it's going to be fairly mild and somewhat comfortable as far as August goes. But after that, we're seeing some warmer summertime temperatures moving in, and that humidity is going to be moving in right along with it. Not quite seeing it tomorrow, still a tad bit warmer than we were today, but overall fairly seasonable as far as the beginning of August goes. 63 for your low tonight in La Crosse, 61 in Eau Claire, still holding on to some upper 50s as we go into central Wisconsin or more into central Wisconsin, but overall we're still seeing that warming trend even in our lows, and we're seeing it in our highs as well. Tomorrow's highs right near average, right on the dot for La Crosse. 85 for your Wednesday high for La Crosse, 82 in Eau Claire. Much of the area staying in the low and mid 80s out there, but we will continue to rise as we go into Thursday, and you'll definitely feel it once we get into Friday. It's going to be a little bit windy out there too, or not. We're not showing up quite yet, but for winds, we're going to be right along in this breezy category, around 10 miles an hour for the entirety of the day, kind of similar to where we were at today. And we've had some very calm conditions out there the last week or so, but you're going to start to feel this light breeze kicking up a little bit. Again, we saw some gusts closer to 15 miles an hour, so definitely not in that windy category, so to say, but we're seeing that breeze moving back in a little bit more along with that heat. We do have a chance for some light showers to go on as we go into tomorrow morning as well. We have a thunderstorm complex moving across Minnesota as we go into tonight, but once that sun rises, those thunderstorms really start to lose their steam. Still there nonetheless, and they'll still likely make their appearance as they move into our area, more so in the late morning hours, but they really break down once that sun rises. Really, once they make it into our area by the late morning, early afternoon, we're only seeing some lighter showers associated with it. Not a whole lot of rainfall either, because they're fairly small and it's going to be moving pretty quickly, but you might feel a couple drops of rain throughout the area as we go into, again, the very early afternoon hours. After that, we'll hopefully see some of those clouds moving out as well, but it could be a little bit of a cloudier start to the day tomorrow before we start to see some sunshine moving back in as we go into the evening hours. As far as precipitation goes for the rest of the week, then we're still holding on to some very light and not really widespread chances for the weekdays, especially Thursday. That'll be another one where some of us could see some thunderstorm activity, but the best chances are going to be Saturday south of I-90, and even there, the chances are widely scattered. So not really seeing a whole lot of rain, at least more than we had last week, but not a whole lot going into the rest of the week until we get into the weekend, especially going into Saturday evening and into Saturday night. That's when we could start to see some thunderstorms rolling across the entirety of the area. Before that, though, we still have that heat to get through, and you're still going to be feeling it on Saturday, high of 89, but Friday is really going to be our hot one. 92 for the high, pretty well above average, and we're going to be feeling that humidity coming right back with it. Dew points rising into the 70s as we go to about Thursday, and that'll likely last through the weekend as well. Starting to feel that dwindle a little bit more once we get into next week, along with the temperatures, so it'll be a tad bit more comfortable, but overall, summer is really decided to make a comeback. And
Sure
we got
has.
that taste of fall, but it's still August, so we still have to deal with these warmer temperatures.
That's right. Well, just a couple of days of humid
Just
conditions.
a couple days, yeah.
We'll take it. Thanks, Nicole. Coming up next in sports, going for gold. The Viroqua 138ers hoping to take 2 and be crowned champions. Plus, it's here, the first day of practice for high school footballers. Jacob has the report from La Crosse's South Side next.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Give your child the independence they want with Ultra's Live Your Life Spend account. It's a free account designed for money-savvy teens and young adults with all the extra features you'll love. No minimum balance and no monthly fees. Plus, cashback debit card rewards. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
The 30% tax credit will end this year, so lock in your savings, reduce your electric bills, and get the full 30% credit while it's still available. Call 608-780-2347 to get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy today.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Dreaming of a new ride? Apply today at driveultra.org and make your dream a reality. Hey, dogs can dream too. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, it is like Christmas morning for football players and coaches across the state. The first day of what they hope to be a season that runs all the way up until late November. Here in town over at Central High, the Riverhawks were part of that wild Mississippi Valley Conference that produced a 5-way tie for the top spot. Now this season, Coach Olson and the players are looking to build off that momentum and take another step forward as they aim to capture the crown all by themselves. It was a bit of a different offseason for a lot of teams across the state as coaching staffs were allowed to have more time to work with their players, something that Coach Olson says is definitely benefiting his team early on.
Yeah, it was certainly a different change. I think we really liked it. We're definitely starting out day one in a different spot right now than we have in years past just because of those added contact days. It's challenging. You need to try to find the balance of, doing enough and getting good work in and not burning the kids out pushing too hard over the summer.
As it is with each new season, the seniors will be relied upon to set a good example for the rest of the team and continue to build those winning habits. And a couple guys in particular are ready to do their part.
I'm ready just to from all the lessons I've learned from older kids, I can now use that and pass it on to the younger so when they get in my position, they can really take it up a notch as well.
Yeah, of course. You know, our senior year is something we've been waiting for since we were freshmen, so I think we're all pretty jacked up for this.
The Riverhawks open up their season in just 16 days at home against a traditionally strong Waunakee team over at Roger Herring Stadium. And today, marking the culmination of the Legion baseball season, the Viroqua 138ers trying to take home the state title, but they need to win 2 games while Wittenberg only needed 1 victory. Let's head to West B. Viroqua looking for Legion title number 6. Wittenberg going for their 2nd. First inning, and the 138ers striking a big way. Connor Matheson giving this pitch a ride to deep right field, over the fence for a home run. Viroqua with a 1-0 lead, but Wittenberg would answer. 3rd inning, 1 man on for Owen Dickman, and he launches this ball deep to left field, and that one is gone. Chargers take a 2-1 lead. Very next batter, Oliver Fraza. He's going to do the same thing as well. Wittenberg going back-to-back as they go up 3-1, and the 138ers could not fight their way back into this one as Wittenberg. Burnham Wood is your Class A Legion State champion. 5-2 is your final. Ken, a day of lasts and firsts. The beauty of high school sports continues, and we'll continue our coverage of those football teams as we start to gear up towards football season.
So exciting. It's going to be a hectic couple of months for you, but you're going to love every second of it.
Absolutely, and we'll see if there's a 5-way tie. Maybe we get an 8-way tie for first place this year. Who knows? That's
Everyone
why you tune in every week for the Friday Night Frenzy.
Perfect. Thanks very much, Jacob. Nicole's got one more check of your forecast right after this.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day.
Every great performance starts with a great night's sleep. Thanks to new Natrol Sleep and Restore, which helps me be this me. Every great night's sleep starts with Natrol.
New Natrol Sleep and Restore for your ultimate restorative sleep. Bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind. Sometimes depressive lows and unpredictable highs can make it hard to get out of your head. Finding relief may help you break through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Vraylar isn't approved for elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, tremors, slow or uncontrolled body movements, restlessness and feeling like you need to move, sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar. Breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
Well, if you want to grab a sweet treat after dinner, ice cream's not going to be a bad idea tonight. It have some decent melting, but you're definitely going to want to order that ice cream in a dish in the coming days because it will definitely be melting, especially on Friday. High of 92. It's going to get a little hot, a little humid out there.
All right, well, if you want some ice cream, I guess head to some National Night Out celebrations. The one in La Crosse till 7 o'clock. Get there quick. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back at 10.